So we're here to discover about Sebastian away from the track, really. So tell me, how does a globally successful and famous sports star such as yourself unwind away from the track? Can you ever totally switch off, or tactics in the next race always in your mind?
Well, I think surely, obviously you have a big target every year, so it keeps you busy most of the time, but it is important to get away from it, get away from all the stress, the hectic, so it's important, to calm down also from time to time, and I think, I don't use any special methods. I think everyone, has a bit his own things that he likes. I like to, be home first of all, enjoy the peace, maybe go out with friends, spend some time with family, sleep a lot. So all the things that maybe you don't have time for when you're on road, but I think it's, you can compare it to everyone, every normal person as well. Away from work, you are happy to be home, relax, and just enjoy the peace.
We're up to 20, we're a quarter of the way through this season, 20 races. Do you feel that we've reached the limit really in what we expect of our drivers in the 20 race limit now, or would you be happy to sort of maybe add to the calendar, and are you keen to drive, or do you feel that we need to rest?
Well, I think 20 is a good number, but it's a big number as well, not just for us, the drivers. I think for the whole, for the whole team, for the whole paddock, to move around, sometimes have races back to back, one weekend straight after the other. It's not that easy, and I think you need to be aware of that. We have the races more and more spread out around the globe, so these things, they don't make it easier. So I think we just get away with 20 races.
And when the season isn't on, obviously you get a precious 2 to 3 month spell over the Christmas period. Do you totally switch off from Formula One, or are you always thinking ahead to what the future brings come March and the new season?
Well, I think it's important to switch off. So for sure, once the season is over, you are also appreciating the fact that now you have a bit of time. But with more and more races, obviously there's less time over winter. So if the season ends end of November, then you really only have half a month in December that you really have for yourself, and then maybe half a month of January before you then start to prepare the next season. You start to spend some time in the simulator. In February you start go testing, usually end of January, beginning of February you launch the new car, then you go testing. So very quickly you're back in the rhythm, so it's extremely important to use that time, and you only really have these 6, 8 to maximum 8 weeks to really calm down and charge the batteries for the next season.
You've mentioned family and friends, and we saw for the last 2 years, obviously, your victory lap around Vettelheim. How important is it for you to stay grounded, and how do you actually manage to do that? Is it with the support of your friends, or do you have it within your own mind that you need to detach yourself away from F1?
Well, I think it's a good mixture in the end. I think the friends that you have, the people that you are really allowed to be close to yourself, I think, I think you're always responsible for those people that you allow to come to the inner circle, if you want to say. So, they are extremely important, and I think they are the ones that ultimately can, bring you back, bring your feet back on the ground when you should maybe start to fly. So I think that's extremely important, but also I think I think you realize yourself when you start to change in many ways. I think the first one you would then start to cheat is yourself. So I think it's a question of how disciplined in a way you are, but also not to get carried away with too many things that might be possible now with the position you are in compared to before.
If you were given a singular day to do whatever you want to do, and it doesn't involve jumping inside a car and screeching around the track, what would you do? Would you just relax with a book, music, or would you actually go out and enjoy, take in some sort of social event?
Well, I think if I could pick, the time we spend in the car is fairly limited. There's no testing anymore, so I would always go for the car, to be honest. I think it's a very special feeling. It's difficult to explain and to, describe how it feels, but that's, I think, what makes it so special. If I would have to choose something else, then it's difficult. I think it would be something else every day, really. So depending on how you feel. Sometimes you might, just look forward to have a good rest. Sometimes you might look forward to do something else. Usually, I think we are all, petrol heads, and we like, the speed. So, whatever possibilities there are and toys there are, I think we love to enjoy those.
Boys with toys, hey? If you could pick one particular Grand Prix that you would want to visit time and time again, which one would it be? What's your personal favourite?
Difficult to answer. I think I really love to go to Japan. First of all, the track is amazing. The atmosphere there is completely different. The people are very friendly and very crazy in a positive way about motorsport, about racing, about Formula One. So that's something very nice to see, and makes you feel very special when you get there and you see that there's so big support for Formula One and for the drivers. But on the other hand, I think it wouldn't be special anymore if we would only race there, for example. So I think you need to have the mixture and the difference in culture and atmosphere. So I think the good mix makes it then more you more appreciate when you go maybe to one place that you like a bit more than others. But it's not as if you hate other places. So
Suzuka has obviously got special memories for you because of 2011 and clinching the points that you needed for that second crown. The scenes that we saw afterwards with 20, 30 of the pit crew just mobbing you and jumping on you with excitement, sharing your joy. How crucial is the Red Bull family to Sebastian Vettel?
Well, I think it's extremely important. First of all, within the team, I think, obviously what you see is only maybe a bit of the race and maybe a bit of before and after, but we spend much more time together. So really, the whole season testing, as I said, starts very early through testing the whole season. And in the winter, always, you try to prepare the races, analyze the races. So there's a lot of people involved, and obviously with those people inside the team, it's very special to enjoy that moment in back then, for example, in Suzuka after we won the championship. But generally, I think the atmosphere we have, not only in the team in Red Bull Racing, generally in the whole family, and that's why it always keeps popping up. It is like a big family. Even there's guys you might not know really, but they share the same values, the same spirit, and we all come from the same place, let's say, and that's what makes us, stick together. So, and that's really nice because I don't think it exists in many other places.
Next. One more? Okay, yeah. Just wanted to ask you, basically, talking of Red Bull, in a couple of months' time we have Red Bull Stratos, which is the jump from the edge of space. Are you aware of it, and what are your thoughts on Felix Baumgartner's jump, and do you have a message for him, whether it's one of encouragement or fear?
Well, I think many people, I know Felix a little bit, so he's crazy, but he's not stupid. He knows what he's doing, and even if from the outside it looks always very crazy, I think he's the one really that understands most of the situation, and very carefully he's trying to control his preparation and all the factors that are within his control. So I think he knows what he's doing. I think he will be successful, and I think it will be incredible. So I wish him obviously all the best, but I'm not worried. So I think it will all work out. Just looking at how much time and energy he spends on the preparation for any of his projects, and in particular this one, I think is enough of a message. So I'm not concerned.